what you're seeing, but we're trying to get this field done. There's a storm coming in. That's what that stupid little line there is. Of course, every time when you want to try to get shit done, you get more fucking rain. So like I said, I don't know what you're seeing, but so wanted to get this field done before that rain moved in, because there isn't much left here. There's just this. Everything else has been done. But I don't know. And I can move bales in the rain. It ain't gonna really matter too much. But I just didn't want to get wet, but I don't know what else to do. We got rain a few days ago. We got a nice little shower. Trying to figure out how been trying to start from one end and work my way across, because I noticed that some of these bales were kind of like in a line. So I've been trying to just kind of work my way like that, but it's, I should have started over there, I guess. But I just kind of wanted to show off. Well, we're running a dual, but who knows how long the dual will last. But this is the bale mover that he gave me. This is the one that's bent. And I noticed that this one, it actually likes to dig into the ground a little bit, which I'm not a big fan of, because that actually leaves, you know, scars or, you know, holes in the ground. But there's not much you can really do about it either, so this is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. That rain is supposed to be here by 1:45. It's 1:26, because that clock might be off by a minute or two, but whatever. So yeah, we put that dual on. That's the best dual that we have. Of course, that's the dual that's meant for that side. So the dual for this side is garbage. And then yeah, and then after we put, well, it was during we were trying to jack this up. There was had a hydraulic leak. Wasn't really too sure where it was coming from. So I figured, well, that's probably going to be the end of that once I run out of hydraulic oil. So I threw in my 5-gallon pail. That's all I had left. Overfilled it, but that's alright. You want to, with these old tractors, you kind of want to overfill them anyway, to kind of make up for the leaks that they have. And you know, hydraulic oil's not cheap either. I think it's like 80 bucks a pail or something over here. I don't buy that good stuff. Like whatever it is from Case IH, that Hitran or whatever. So the only reason why I don't buy that stuff is because this tractor leaks so damn much that, you know, why put in such expensive hydraulic oil when you're just going to piss it all out eventually anyway. If I had zero leaks, I probably would then, but I'm not going to bother since I leak. And I noticed that my hydraulic remote, one of them, you know, on the back, that's been leaking a little bit. I mean, they leak anyway, there's nothing to really do about it. I gotta send them off to Case IH, I guess, sometime and get them rebuilt. But yeah, I had a hell of a time trying to figure out that bale mover because he said that the one tine was slightly bent. So it took me over half an hour just to kind of, well, even longer than that probably, to figure out exactly what that damn thing wanted. So eventually I figured it out that because I had the main lift arms, they were all adjusted. This thing's not level, it's actually crooked. She said that you would have to tinker with it due to that bent tine. But I think it was just because the top link wasn't long enough. It had to be, actually, it needed to be longer to overcome my problem. I don't know if it was really, you know, that problem. I think it was just that it wasn't long enough. So the forks were like this, you know, when they should have been like that, but that's because the top link's not long enough. And I'm using my top link. So this is his first job ever. I bought that thing probably a couple of months after I bought the tractor. And that was many years ago, and this is his first job ever. Because I figured one day, well, I'll probably put something on here myself like a snowblower, so I might as well have a top link floating around. It's not an IH one though, which I kind of wish I would have known that back then, because then I just would have went to a salvage yard and got a used international top link and not that one. But I have it now, so I'll just run it. I might pick up a Category 2 top link for this as well, but that's going to be an international. I'll just try to find a used one. So, even though this is a Category 3, but you can hook up smaller attachments too. But, I mean, it is what it is. So, I think I got to start a new row. Might be enough here to make another row yet. So I would say that we have 3 rows of hay, but I'm not making them really as long as I used to. I think I used to go right down to the bottom, but then the trucks are just so far away from everything, you know. We still don't know a grand total of hay. We know that there's 60 in the yard. What's out here, we don't really know yet. I could have gotten one more bale in there easily. Oh well. These have been kind of far apart. That second row in there, that's all messed up, but yeah, I could have easily gotten another one in there. Whatever. It's not exactly perfect. I never get them perfect. I don't really care. Yeah, we'll start a new row, I guess. So, but yeah, it just is what it is. I wish we didn't get that frickin' rain, but what are you gonna do? I'm a little off, but I'm a little bit ahead, but whatever. Come on. But yeah, I don't know if I mean, I'm not done moving bales. I don't know. I mean, I got the rest of this. I got that cemetery field, and then I got that ditch field, and then I have that little field on the North Dakota side, just underneath the bridge there. So I would have been done by now if we weren't fucking trying to figure out what to do with this. But the only option was to throw a dual on it. So I've just been kind of taking it somewhat easy because I don't want something else to break, because I just can't deal with another breakdown of some kind. So it's bad enough that I got the plumber guy coming over to fix my pipe and to fix my air conditioner. Been digging a little bit for the pipe, but had the freaking waste, you know, had to waste a couple of days waiting for the guys to show up to mark everything, which finally that got solved. I was actually legal to dig yesterday, or was it the day before? I've been legal to dig for a couple of days now, but I just, you know, I don't really have time. So whatever I don't get done, well then I guess the plumber guy can fucking do it. He needs to quit being a crybaby about it. So supposedly he has to be legal to dig too. But in order to be legal to dig, you gotta call that number, and then I guess with this company you actually have to get a ticket, and that ticket's only valid for so many weeks. And then if you think you need to expand that ticket, then you gotta call 2 days or so before the card actually expires, and they'll make up a new one. But the plumber guy said he wasn't doing that, so I guess he ain't gonna be legal to dig. So whatever. Apparently he just digs. He doesn't do anything by the book. But, I mean, whatever. It's his. That's his business. So I don't really give a shit as long as my shit's fixed and it's done correctly. So, but what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna worry about it. But I don't have time to be digging either, because I got to get these bales moved. And then I got to count these bales. There's 2 small bales on the other side of that pile. I don't know if you should include that with these or not, because they're only little baby bales. I hate when they make baby bales. It's ridiculous. Just take the damn bale with you. But they made 2 of them this year. Usually they only make 1, but they had 2 balers here, so I don't know if they both, if one came out of each baler or what. I don't really know. I wasn't really here when they were baling, so I mean I was a little bit, but I didn't really have time to piss around with it either. So I don't know. I forget how he said it now. The boss over there that, you know, gets tires. That's where I get my diesel filled from. He called up a place that sells that size of tire, and I kind of forget how he said it, but it sounds like they don't make that size anymore, but they changed a couple of numbers, which I don't believe really either. I forget exactly. I don't know if he said that they changed that number or if this was a totally different tire size, but I don't believe it, but it sounded like he said that this This is not a very common tire, which is garbage because they are common. You see them everywhere. Just not around here. Nobody runs these big fucking tires, you know. But you'll find them on combines. There was a guy on YouTube that just bought. He bought a 2012 New Holland combine, and it's running these exact same size tires. So I don't think they're that uncommon. They're just around here. Not too many people are running them, especially on tractors. But I don't know. So, but then I think that other number that he gave me, I don't know if that's supposed to be the updated number or if that was supposed to be for another size of tire. It'll fit on here, but he says the difference between that one, well, it's a different brand. Well, no, I think it's still a Firestone, but it has, the lugs are more like this. They got more of a triangle shape to them. So the very center of the tire would be your high point, whereas this is just, you know, a normal standard thing. So I don't think that would be a problem running that tire. But for that tire anyway, I believe he said brand new is going to be just under $2,000. That's not including a tube, and then the labor charge for that guy to put them on. And then there may not be, that's probably not including shipping either, because I don't know if I was to buy a new tire. Well, if I bought it through him, I guess there wouldn't be any shipping. But the guy said that there's a company about an hour from here that sells tires, and they sell used ones too. So he said maybe go through them and try to find a good used one, which I may or may not do. Just because a used one will be a little cheaper. The only problem I have with used tires is you don't know exactly how much life is left in those tires. Because you really can't go by lugs either, because you gotta go by the age of the tire. And then if it's got all fucking cracks and shit in it, then there's not much life left in that tire. Like this outside dual here, there's a lot of cracks in it, but they're kind of small. So you know, there's no trust in that dual either, but I don't have much of a choice. So, but it's been holding up, I guess. Knock on wood. So, but for a brand new one, yeah, you're talking about $2,000. So, which is kind of annoying, but then I guess I don't know. Because I looked it up on Firestone's website. They sell that tire on their website, $1,100. So yeah, it's cheaper online, but I don't know. I don't think you could buy tires off their website. There's their first raindrop. So there's another one up there in the corner. So I don't know. But getting a tire this year is out of the question. It ain't gonna happen. So it'll be sitting on that dual for the rest of the year. So I have to get the house done. I gotta get the plumber guy over here, fix my pipe, fix my air conditioner. And then I gotta try to get my bill down a little bit, which I'm just doing whatever I can there. And then I gotta finish the Tahoe. I gotta get that damn Tahoe project done. Because I just don't know how much longer the old Pontiac's gonna last. She's getting kinda... I mean, it's still running fine, but you know, it's an older vehicle, and parts are getting harder to find for that old thing. It's time to just... We're not going to retire it, it's just not going to be driven as much. I'm not going to retire it because it's not my car, it's my grandma's car, so it'll be up to her to say when it's done, so, or the engine blows up, whatever comes first. But I don't know, the engine seems pretty solid in it yet, so fucking rain. Yeah, we get all this fucking rain now. It's just like, yeah, thank you. So yeah, I was kind of hoping this field, finish this field off today, because I kind of would like to move over to the cemetery field tonight and then try to finish that field off. But since it's going to rain, I don't want to be in those other fields because they're not my fields, and if those fields get soft, I don't want to make ruts. Now, yeah, I don't want to make ruts in our field either, but it's our field, you know, so it's kind of more or less our problem, you know. So, plus I'm behind by a week because we're trying to figure out what to do. So, I don't know what the young guy was thinking. So, I don't even know if he knows I'm doing this, because I think he was kind of more or less just wanting me to get our hay up, you know, and then being done. But we only had like 8 more bales to move. But my uncle kind of wants to get more, so he thinks that if I'm out here doing this, maybe the young guy will give us more hay, which, I don't know. I think that's what he kind of does, because that's kind of like my payment for doing this. Instead of giving me, you know, cash or diesel fuel, he'll just give us a couple of bales, which is fine by me. We need the hay more than anything else, so I don't know if I'll get done. I don't know. I just don't know if I'll even get done. If I can at least finish this field today, then I'll be pretty happy. Would like to be done by at least 3, but I don't know, since I have to crawl my way across these fields. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing, I think I'll definitely be rocking a dual next year. Probably that one, because that's the best dual that we have. So, I tell you what, after putting even just that one dual on, it's definitely a lot smoother. I mean, yeah, you're still feeling bumps, obviously, but you're feeling way less of them. And I think you'd probably feel even less if that inside tire had air in it. If it wasn't flat. So I got these bales too close together. Ah, whatever. Probably a little off, but that's alright. Another thing I gotta get done, it's gotta be done to the Tahoe too. I gotta clean the interior. This thing needs it bad. Like, yo, I haven't cleaned it in 2 years. And the Tahoe is getting dirty. Oh yeah. Lovely raindrops, eh? That bird almost died. I don't know how much rain we're going to get, but I mean, you can see it coming on the radar, but it doesn't really give you inches. But it might be enough to shut you down for the rest of the day. I just want to get done. I took one day off from moving bales. It was that day after I found out that we had the hydraulic leak. And then it looked like I was kind of low on engine oil. And then, so I threw a little bit of oil in. I had a little bit left in that one jug. I don't think it was going to do much, but it's better than nothing. But then I noticed that I had that hydraulic leak, so. But then I noticed that the drip started slowing down after I had ran it for a couple of hours moving bales. And then it's been fine ever since. It stopped leaking. So my uncle was kind of thinking maybe it had something to do with the tractor being, you know, jacked up on that one end. Maybe it just, I don't know, maybe there's a hole down in here or something, you know, and it leaks a little bit, so. But I don't know. Few hours, you know, for the first time with that dual on, and I rechecked the bolts again. I had one that was, I had two that kind of seemed like they were a little bit loose, but I couldn't get much more out of them. So then I checked them just before coming out here, and they were still plenty tight. So I think I'm done. I don't have to worry about them coming off. Because, you know, everything has to settle again, and, you know, get used to being on there, and it all has to adjust. So I think that's what it finally did now, and it should be good now for a while. I'll check it again now in a couple days. But then it won't matter once the tractor's done for the year. It won't matter if they get loose or not, because we won't be driving it. So I don't even know if I'll be able to. I want to scrape cow pies one more time, but I don't think I'll fit through the gate with the dual on. So, and then of course the little A, well, that's not running worth of shit, because I would have just used the A, but every tractor we have has problems. So, and you really can't use the 400 because the loader would kind of be in the way of everything. What are you going to do? It's not raining too bad right now. It's just got these spits here and there. Feel the damn thing starting to dig into the fucking ground. So I'm not a huge fan of these. Not a big huge fan of these of this mover either. The other one was a lot better, but that's the one that belongs to the young guy, and that's the one that broke. So and the bale spears would not work for us because we've already tried it. So this belongs to a neighbor, I guess, or something. And I imagine he would like to have his bale mover back, so. Eventually I have to close the side windows because the rain will come in.